That's cool on the beat.
Hello, and welcome to the
Sisters in Medicine.
Today on the Sisters in Medicine, we'll be discussing a very common medication that a lot of people use. It's an OTC, also known as an over-the-counter medication, and it's called
Benadryl,
also known as
diphenhydramine.
So what Benadryl is it's actually a medication used a lot for different cases. Now, do you want to kind of go into what it is, Emery?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So Benadryl is what we'll call an antihistamine, also known kind of more pharmacologically, call it an H1 antagonist or an H1 blocker. And essentially, Benadryl is used primarily for allergic reactions.
Right.
And when you have an allergic reaction, you get a release of a mediator called histamine. And when histamine is released, it acts on its receptor to cause things such as itchy, watery eyes, sneezing. It can even cause hot hives sometimes when you get
So all
allergic
those
reactions.
reactions basically that happen during our allergy, that's our body causing that reaction?
From that histamine mediator. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. It's just what's going on in your body. So essentially,
And
Benadryl,
turn allergen.
Yep.
Okay.
when taken, will block histamine. Hence the name antihistamine against histamine. It blocks those actions of histamine on its receptor. Yeah, it's actually really cool. And it's something that you'll commonly see used. I'm sure you have a bottle at home or you know a friend or your mom. My mom used to give it to me when I was younger and I had a cold. So it's pretty great. Yeah, it's one of my favorite OTC drugs, you know, when they're always like, what drug would you be? I was like, I think it'd be Benadryl.
Yeah, it's really like a reliever for a lot of things.
Yeah, but
Like
essentially,
what, though,
it's an antihistamine. But yeah, why don't you tell us about some of the indications actually?
Okay, I will. So an antihistamine, Benadryl. Benadryl is the brand name, and diphenhydramine is the generic name. But I feel like a lot of us know it as Benadryl, so I'll just continue to refer to it as Benadryl. So that antihistamine, preventing the histamine from overreacting in our body. So usually what we use Benadryl for, like Emery mentioned, is for allergies. The main indication or use would be to relieve like those temporary symptoms caused from allergies, like that itching eyes, watery eyes, running nose, you know, sneezing.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yes, and also just like itchy nose, like anything that has to do with an itch.
An itch, yeah, no, definitely. It's almost funny because you keep saying itching, but really, because think about having hives.
Yeah.
When you have hives and how itchy you can be sometimes, Benadryl, that's that relieving itchiness. Yeah, it's just funny because it's like it's the word itchy is kind of funny, like itchy.
But in addition to that, you know, in addition to helping with your allergies, people also go to Benadryl for relief of the temporary symptoms from the common cold. So when you have a running nose, when you're sneezing, when you have the common cold, which is like it's a common medication for the common cold, because people are often always kind of associating or kind of having like cold symptoms kind of seem like allergy symptoms, so they kind of go hand in hand together. So I would definitely say that the main use for Benadryl, like in the world or just everyone, really just buys it for allergies and usually to help with those symptoms when you have the common cold.
Yeah.
But a fun fact that, you know, you could use Benadryl. I feel like you were going to say it.
I think you got
So
it.
basically, some people also use Benadryl for insomnia, because one of the side effects that we'll be mentioning later is sedation. So sedation is actually like when you like fall asleep. So with Benadryl, some people like to use it when they can't go to sleep because it's a non-drowsy, and non-drowsy means, because it's a drowsy medication, not non-drowsy, because non-drowsy would mean that it wouldn't put you to sleep. But drowsy means that it does.
But we just gotta make sure with Benadryl we're taking it safely and we're taking it effectively.
Exactly. You're going to
Great.
say about that.
Yeah, I think I'll go into it because I feel like when you say over-the-counter medicine, a lot of times we go into the over-the-counter section, pick something up, and we just take it.
Right.
But you gotta know how to use it properly.
Exactly. It's still a medication.
Exactly. And if used incorrectly, it can be very lethal.
That brings up a good point.
Ooh, go.
So when you use it for insomnia, you have to remember that you cannot use it for more than 3 days. Do not use it for more than 3 days, because if you do, it can cause what's called rebound insomnia.
Very important.
And that's very important because you were literally trying to treat your insomnia, but if you use it for more than 3 days, you could give yourself worse insomnia. So that's just a fact.
So
that
definitely take breaks
want
in
you to
between
remember.
when using it for
But I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt.
I think that was very, very important
ties in
caveat.
with
It
what you're
does.
talking about,
It
right?
definitely does, because how can you take it safely if you don't know how long and when you're supposed to take it?
Right.
So, the common dose for Benadryl, age 12 and older, so basically for children and adults 12 and older, is 1 to 2 tablets, also 25 to 50 milligrams.
Yes.
And you should be taking that every 4 to 6 hours as needed. So a lot of times when people think, oh, when do I take it? Every 4 to 6 hours is the dosing duration of Benadryl. Because when you take that first dose of Benadryl, you'll usually feel an effect within half an hour.
Yes.
Half an hour, yeah,
And
like
in
30
fact,
minutes.
you'll probably feel the maximal effect of that Benadryl dose within 1 full hour.
Yes.
And it will last about 4 to 6 hours.
Okay.
And that's why the duration or the frequency is every 4 to 6 hours.
Okay.
Now, for children who are 6 to 12 years of age, they should take 1 25 milligram tablet every 4 to 6 hours. That's the safe dose for children 6 to 12. And under 6 years old, consult with a doctor, because oftentimes it's weight based at that point. But you guys did mention that we can use Benadryl for insomnia.
Yeah.
And when you're taking it for insomnia, that dose is different. You could take 2 25 milligram tablets or 2 25 milligram capsules, and that's basically 1 50 milligram dose
Yes.
for insomnia.
Gotcha.
And that's how you would use it for insomnia at bedtime. So just make sure that you remember the facts. You know, the dosing frequency is every 4 to 6 hours, and if you're age 12 and above, it's safe for you to take 1 to 2 tablets or 1 to 2 capsules, which is also known as 25 to 50 milligrams every 4 to 6 hours as needed. Remember, it's not a maintenance medicine, so it's not something you just take around the clock. It's an as needed medicine. So just make sure you're double checking the drug facts and making sure that you're taking the right dose and not taking too much.
I want to know what some of the side effects
So
are.
since you listened to how great it
Amanda's
was,
going to let us know what some of the side effects are.
Benadryl, there are a couple side effects to it. So you
that's
can
true.
get dry eyes, dry mouth. You guys mentioned sedation and confusion.
So that's why my mouth's always so dry.
Yeah, when you're taking it, you
So
should hydrate.
sedation and confusion kind of go hand in hand. Like when you're sleeping and you wake up in the morning, you feel kind of like out of it and like lost. And like, so, it does help with insomnia, but it can make you feel kind of groggy in the morning. So,
okay.
again, with the as needed.
That's good to know.
Yeah. So
I know I've
that's a good
experienced
fact
that.
Yeah.
that Amanda brings up because it's not.
When I use it.
It's an as needed drug. It's not for maintenance. It's not for using all day, all around the clock. It's just for specific times when you do need it.
So
That's
who's
what as
calling?
needed means.
Call from Omazi and Dosage.
Our favorite mother.
Our favorite
Our favorite
mother.
Queen Mother.
Dearest.
So
Mother
we
dearest.
hope that we kind of, touched on Benadryl.
And gave
how
you a
to
good
take it
idea
effectively,
Of how to
what
use
it's
it,
for,
what it even is.
some common side effects. But please, let us know below questions, comments, concerns.
Let us know what medication you want us to cover.
Exactly.
Email us. We'll cover
We
whatever
just
you
want
want.
to touch some of the most common OTCs that you guys probably utilize every single day,
Yeah,
and
right.
make sure that you're taking them effectively to manage whatever situation in the most
condition.
safest manner possible. So thank you.
Thanks for watching,
for
guys.
watching.
And remember, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, hit the link at the bottom.
Hit it below. Subscribe.
Sisters and
Follow us.
Sisters
Medicine.
and
Don't
Medicine.
sleep on
For
us.
the win. Checking out.
Checking out. Bye.
Sisters in medicine, sisters in medicine, sisters in medicine. Hey, hey, sisters in medicine, sisters in medicine. Hey, thanks for watching.